Hey, what's up, guys? Captain Phoenix here, your one and only best YouTuber. Or at least I have been, been a bit busy in the past couple of weeks, but don't worry, I'm back. And today, I'm here to review the one and only Black Panther. Alright, guys, as we know, a lot of movies have come up lately. Star Wars Last Jedi, Black Panther, and 2 months from now, we're gonna have Avengers Infinity War, which I am really looking forward to. Now, I know it's a bit late to do this, but the other weekend I went to go and watch Black Panther, and I've been meaning to do a review on it. However, I never had the time. Well, today I have the time, and I'm gonna give you my review on it. Let's start with the cast. The cast for this movie is just perfect. We have Andy Serkis playing as Claw. We have Michael B. Jordan as the villain. We have Lupita Nyong'o even. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting just T'Challa's actor name. It's just the others are so good, and that's how great this movie is. Because the character development in this movie is so good that T'Challa, the main protagonist, gets outshined by everyone else. Like, I'm sorry if I do not remember everyone's name, but like it's just all so good, it's so hard to keep up with it. So, like I said, we have Andy Serkis as Claw. As you know who Andy Serkis is, he played Gollum in Lord of the Rings, and he also played Snoke in the sequel trilogy of Star Wars. And may I add, in episode 8, his performance is spectacular. But here, I think he really did his best, because in this movie, Andy Serkis as Claw was just amazing. He was one of my favorite characters in the movie. He was hilarious. He made for a good villain, and it's Andy Serkis. Freaking Andy Serkis. What else could you want? We also had Michael B. Jordan. For a minute, I actually thought it was the Michael Jordan of basketball. Turns out it was the other Michael B. Jordan. And this Michael Jordan, he was really good as the villain. Like, I feel like they picked him perfectly as the villain. And putting him as the African American that he is, he would display some good jokes. Like, I'm sorry if I'm gonna spoil something, but in the film, like in the final part of the film, we see T'Challa running up a hill, and then he's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And then Killmonger, the guy Michael B. Jordan is playing, is like, "What's up?" As in, he would sneak in some African American language in with the traditional African style to make it more funny. Alright, I've talked about the cast, I've talked about how the characters are awesome. T'Challa is perfect as a protagonist. Okay, I wouldn't say perfect entirely, but he is a good protagonist, as in, he is pure hearted, he doesn't do anything wrong, he's the king everyone wants to be, he's practically everything you'd want. T'Challa, as I said, is a good protagonist. It's just that he gets outshined by the other characters. As in, every character in this movie is good. And T'Challa, even though he's those cliche guys of why you must do everything right, Marvel does it in a way where it makes him really special, especially where he looks up to his father the most. As we know, his father died in Civil War, but here we have Black Panther talk to his father. I'm not gonna say how because spoilers, but we actually do have him talk to his father, and I love the way he looks up to his father. He used to look up to him for everything. Ever since he was a kid, he'd want to be the same king his father was. But then his father is like, "No, you're gonna be a better king." And when T'Challa finds out a secret of his community, especially of the king's lineage, it really does bring in some tension between him and his family. He actually does not be a clone. He actually learns that there are some things that you cannot do for yourself. Even though you're thinking you're doing it for other people, it's a lie. You're just trying to cover your own story. But and T'Challa learns this lesson at the end. It's a really nice lesson. Other than that, let's talk about the story. I already talked about the cast of the movie. I've talked about the characters. I've talked about Shuri and Nakia. Wait, I haven't talked about them yet? Really? I really need to explain more on these characters because these characters are top notch. So we have Nakia, who's the love interest, played by Lupita Nyong'o. And let me just say that she does a pretty good job. I wasn't so whole in this movie. I wasn't too sure about the whole love interest thing. As in this movie, really, this movie, this Black Panther movie, I felt like the love story between T'Challa and Nakia was sometimes hindering the story a bit. As in, there would be some scenes where it was really good. Like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but there was this scene where T'Challa goes out for a bit, and Nakia admits that she loved him. That was a really nice scene. But in other scenes, it seemed weird, or not weird, as in it just seemed a bit boring. It would just seem like it would be in every other movie that there would be. As in, she's just a typical love interest who's there for him. Shuri, however, now she is a memorable character. She plays T'Challa's sister, and she's the technician of his tribe. And let me just say, whatever she does is amazing. The technology she develops, the fact that she plays a sister, and I mean, wow, she really nails the sister role. Like whenever she would joke with T'Challa, you would feel like these guys are actually brother and sister, that they came from the same household and grew up together. You would see that they would joke to each other, they would play pranks on each other, they would just do things a regular brother and sister would do. And I really did find her to be amazing. Let me just do this right now. Hashtag Shuri is the best princess. Also, she's the best Disney princess, since Disney owns Marvel and Disney the one that makes the princess movies. You get it. But yeah, Shuri, the chemistry between Shuri and T'Challa is really great, really amazing, and it has way more chemistry than T'Challa and Nakia. As in, I liked Shuri way better than Nakia, and the story between her and T'Challa was better than that. We obviously have Martin Freeman's character. I forgot his name in the movie, but in the movie, I thought he was actually gonna kill himself when he was fighting the cargo planes. I don't want to spoil too much, but when he was fighting the cargo planes, I thought he was gonna kill himself. And then after watching the movie, I searched who this guy was played with, and I was like, Martin Freeman played this guy. I'm like, I'm so glad they did not kill him. Like, I would be scared if they killed Martin Freeman. I mean, he's the same guy who played Bilbo from The Hobbit. And let me just say his performance there was excellent. So I would obviously feel disappointed if I found out Martin Freeman died in this movie. I guess saying that he didn't die in this movie is kind of a spoiler. But yeah. So yeah, I liked Shuri. She's the best princess. Hashtag best. Shuri's the best princess. I really like that you develop a lot of technology for Wakanda, because all this technology would actually play a big role in the story. Like, it would play a lot of big roles. I wouldn't say what the roles are, but I'm just gonna name one example is that she made a new suit for Black Panther, which you can put on automatically instead of putting it on, suiting up with the helmet, as in he just spreads out his arms, zzz, the suit comes on. And she gave it a new power. I'm not gonna say what the new power is. I don't know if it was released in the trailers or if you have to wait until the movie. But I'll keep the new power until all of you have watched the movie. Cool. And then let's talk about the story. I've already talked about the cast and the characters. Let's talk about the story. The story is really good. It focuses on a time that was in between Civil War and Infinity War. I know a lot of Marvel movies took place in between that time, like Homecoming, but let's stick with the basics. So it took place in between Civil War and Infinity War, where T'Challa is mourning his father and he becomes the new king of Wakanda. But then he's faced by new challengers. So he defeats the first challenger. He drinks the heart-shaped flower, which gives you the Black Panther's powers, which is really cool. And I loved that during every match that T'Challa would go through, as in, after T'Challa beat his enemy in the first match, he became king of Wakanda. And then they gave him the heart-shaped flower to drink from, so he could gain the cat-like abilities and such. He could gain his real powers. And I liked that in future matches, when a new challenger would come and face him, they would drain him of his Black Panther powers. They would give him an antidote to the heart-shaped flower, return him back into physical form so he can fight the other guy. It was a really good concept. I also loved how, I'm sorry, but this is the only spoiler I'm gonna bring. I loved how this is where when it comes to the initiation ceremony, as in where he has to become the king, the other kings and princes of the other tribes would bring their champions with them. They would bring their champions with them to fight T'Challa. However, they themselves, the spokesmen who bring their champions with them, would not fight. They would just say, "We do not declare war." That would be it. Nothing else. And then we have the villains. Claw, as I mentioned, plays a perfect role. Like, hiring Andy Serkis to play Claw was just a match made in heaven. Like, seriously, this guy really did his best here. This is a movie where Claw is amazing. And Andy Serkis, I just love the scenes where he would talk, as in, he would really capture people. And that's what I loved about The Last Jedi as well, is that whenever Snoke would talk, you could just feel the moment of when he would talk. Andy Serkis is just perfect for whatever roles he plays, whether it be Gollum, Snoke, Claw, anyone. He's perfect for everything. And then we have Killmonger, who is a really awesome villain. I just love how he comes to the throne where he says it's his. And I love his motive, as in his motive is slightly the same as every other Marvel villain, but also as not. He says that he's tired of oppression from people and that he's gonna use Wakanda's tools to stop oppression. He's gonna use Wakanda's weapons and tools to bring world peace. He says that in order to bring peace, there must be war first. And after the war, the black people will rise on top. I'm sorry I'm saying this as a black guy, but he says that the black people will now be the ones on top, while the white ones will be their slaves, instead of how it was the other way around. Now, I know this is another message of saying that the world is changing and all of that, but his motives seem to be a bit the same of Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming, where he says the world is changing and they decide to use weapons to try and make a better place for themselves in the world. As you can see, it's a bit the same as other Marvel villains. Like, they're literally just copying and pasting. And the thing I really... Now, Black Panther is a really not bad movie. It's a really good movie, one of Marvel's best movies, and I really loved enjoying it. But there's one problem, just one problem I had with this movie, and that's that the villain had the same powers as the hero of the story. Marvel does this in nearly every movie they make. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Captain America has a vibranium shield, Bucky has a vibranium arm. In, what's this? In The Incredible Hulk, the Abomination. In the first two Iron Man movies, Iron Man has to face a guy who's in an iron suit as well. As in, it's just a villain who has the same powers as the hero. I know you want to put them on equal playing fields, Marvel, but you cannot keep on doing this every time. Once or twice, yes, but not 5 or 6 times. It's a good thing you're not doing it for Infinity War, and I'm really proud of you for doing that. Thank you, Marvel. Other than that, I really didn't have a problem with Black Panther. If I were to say there were any problems, it would just be me nitpicking because I'm trying to even the playing field between good and bad. But you obviously know that the good overweighs the bad. But if I were to nitpick one thing, it would be that in 3D mode, because I watched this movie in 3D, whenever they would shoot a gun or bring something bright to your face, the CG done on it would not be very good. Like, we had this car chase scene where they were shooting each other with guns, and the CGI really did not look good. We also had the final battle, and where they were fighting near a train. And let me just say, it was way too fast and way too blurry. There were just too many colors going on at the moment. They really needed help in their art department. So I was like, so you can see there's a bit of CGI here and there. However, as I said, Black Panther is a really good movie, and even though you're not a superhero fan, I advise you to watch it. It teaches us about our roots, where we come from, what our legacy is, what destinies we should follow, and that the world is changing, and that we too should change with the world, but not for the worse, for the better. We should try and make the world a better place. That's the story Black Panther was trying to teach us, and that his main lesson, at the very end of the movie, he learned that his main lesson is, let us not build walls, let's build bridges. He finally opens up Wakanda to the world and shares with them their vibranium, the most powerful metal on earth, so that they can not just help each other with war, but help each other with other people. Because vibranium is used for a lot of purposes, but I wouldn't say because spoilers. But at the end of the movie, let me just say T'Challa learned his lesson. Let us build bridges, not walls. This has been Captain Phoenix doing my review on Black Panther. I'm sorry guys if I'm late, and I'm sorry if I revealed a spoiler or two, but you can brush it off real quick. Just go and watch the movie already. And trust me, this is a really good movie. However, I personally am waiting for Infinity War. Black Panther is definitely one of my top 5 Marvel movies, and I'm saving number 1 for Infinity War because I know that movie is gonna be great. It's gonna come out in May, which is gonna be awesome, which is gonna be amazing. But Black Panther for now takes around the number 4-5 position. I really haven't settled on where it lands. But it's a really good movie, really awesome. You should go and see it. It is like the Wonder Woman of 2018 times 5 or 10. This has been Captain Phoenix, and I will see you in another universe.